Hello, I'm Children's Gareth, author P. Jones. I'm author P, Children Jones Gareth. No, I'm children's author Gareth P. Jones. I'm sorry if I seem a bit distracted today, but I'm a little bit overexcited because finally, after weeks of waiting, Rapunzel arrived. No, not you. My brand new book, Rapunzel, illustrated by the amazing Loretta Shower. Look at these fantastic illustrations, and it's all shiny and fantastic, and I'm so excited about it. But it's not what I'm here to talk to you about. Don't worry, I'm not going to be singing you the song on a variety of instruments. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, there's so much to fear. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, don't let down your ears, 'cause the hungry-eyed creatures that dwell in the woods, they long to eat you and probably could. No, I'm here to tell you about the Paper Beach project and how you can get involved and contribute to the huge image celebrating Egmont's brand new name. And by doing so, you gain the chance of winning £500 worth of books for your school. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, stay in your high hutch, because sweet Rapunzel, we love you so. Your submission could stand side to side with Egmont's authors and illustrators and names such as Julia Gruffalo Donaldson, Michael Warhorse Morpurgo. Interesting middle names, aren't they? Sometimes people ask me what my middle name is, what the P stands for, and I tell them that I've totally forgotten what the P stands for in my middle name. Anyway, but I do ask that people include the P in my middle name. I do ask that you do not take the P out of my name. Mr. Master was a good master. The silk-toed rabbit in the ways of the martial arts. Our giant artwork will be assembled on Friday the 12th of March, very much as the Romans built the Colossus of Rhodes. It'll be done in one day and you'll be able to watch it live on the internet. No, I'm not a historian. You may want to fact check some of the things that I'm telling you. All of your submissions will be going into Egmont's archive, and that's not like when you archive your emails. No, your submissions will be alongside AA, Winnie the Pooh Milne, Roger, Mr. Man Hargraves, and Hergé Tintin. Like Tintin, we're interested in adventures. Specifically, the question we want to ask you is, where would you like to go on your next reading adventure? If you can answer that question, either writing it or drawing it using a black pen and a single piece of A4 paper, or you can type it onto your computer, and then once you're done, you simply have to scan in the piece of paper, or take a good, clear, well-lit photo, and then get a grown-up to email it to this address, eastcliffcreatives@gmail.com. Or if you have a stamp, I saw one of those recently, you can post it to this address. Please tell us the town or city where you live and the name of your school so you can be in with a chance of winning those £500 worth of books. All of the terms and conditions of the competition are available at the website eastcliffcreatives.com/paper-beach, where you can find out more about the project, more resources to help you complete submission, and you can probably fact check some of the things that I've said about the ancient Greeks and popular children's authors' middle names. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let's see some me a muscle, 'cause the bunny's gonna tussle and this and no rehearsal. And that's it for me for now. Today is the debut author of The Beast and Bethany, Jack Meggitt-Phillips. That's it, Phillips. That's what the P stands for, Phillips. Okay, I'll be back after Jack. See you then.
Hello, my name is Jack Meggitt-Phillips. I am the author of The Beast and Bethany, a children's book about a young 500-year-old, a carnivorous beast, and a child who's going to be eaten. Normally, I spend my time skulking around attics, wailing about the villainy of the beast. But due to the unpleasant lighting and the even more unpleasant noises that come from these attics, I have stolen this room from a small child so I can talk to you about writing and about paper beaches. Now, this is the opening chapter of The Beast and the Bethany, where something very, very wrong takes place. Chapter 1, The Purple Parrot. Ebenezer Tweezer was a terrible man with a wonderful life. And at the time when this story begins, Ebenezer was about to do an especially terrible thing. All Ebenezer did at first was walk into the bird shop. "Hello, Mr. Tweezer," said the large, pleasant bird keeper. "How can I help?" "And good day to you," said Ebenezer. "I've come to pick up the Wintlorian purple-breasted parrot." "Ah, yeah, of course. This is a special one, remember now. The bird keeper brought out the sleeping bird. Less than 20 of them left in the whole world. You ain't the sort of person to lose him, are you? I won't do that, said Ebenezer. You don't get many of these round no more. Took me a long time to track one down. These sorts of birds, they love an audience. You ain't that sort of person what's going to keep it hidden away, are you? I won't do that, said Ebenezer. These sorts of birds, they need a lot of care and attention. You ain't going to treat it bad, are you? Of course not, answered Ebenezer in a high and shaky voice. The bird keeper knew and loved each one of his birds, from the aquatic warblers to the yellow-legged seagulls, and he did not want to see any of them go to a bad home. He took a long, hard stare at Ebenezer. I know exactly what sort of person you are, said the bird keeper, after a second or two of staring. You're a great bird owner. I can see it in your face. Ebenezer gulped. Then he smiled with relief and handed over the money. He bid farewell and left with the caged and sleeping parrot. He climbed into his car and started the short drive back to his house. Just as he was parking, the parrot woke up with a large yawn. Good morning, said the parrot, in a distinctly unparroty voice. He spoke in low, chocolatey tones. It's late afternoon, said Ebenezer. Whoopsie poopsie. Well, good late afternoon. My name is Patrick, and mine is Mr. Tweezer. Welcome to your new home. Woo! Gosh! Exclaimed Patrick. The woo and the gosh were both the right sorts of words to say, because Ebenezer's house was nothing short of extraordinary. It was 15 stories tall and 12 elephants wide. Patrick was filled with excitement. He was a well-travelled parrot, but he had never seen anything like this. Can I come out of my cage now? He asked. Not yet, answered Ebenezer. There's someone I want you to meet first. Well, something is perhaps a better description. Ebenezer got out of the car and took Patrick into the house. This thing lives on the top floor, said Ebenezer, and it's very excited to meet you. Ebenezer climbed the stairs whilst Patrick took in all the beautiful things around him. Try not to be scared, said Ebenezer, once they reached the top floor. It won't like you if you are scared. Ebenezer pushed down the handle of the rickety old door at the top of the stairs. It opened with a creak. He switched on the light. The room was not like the rest of the house at all. It was damp and smelled strongly of boiled cabbage. It was bare, save for a set of red velvet curtains at the end of the room. Ebenezer drew the curtains open and revealed the beast. The beast was a big blob of grey with 3 black eyes, 2 black tongues, and a large, dribbling mouth. After taking a moment to compose himself, Patrick said, Good morning. My name's Patrick. It's late afternoon. The beast's voice was soft and slithery, like a snake made of feathers. I want you to sing. What would you like me to sing? Asked Patrick. Sing a song about me, demanded the beast. Patrick paused for a moment. Then he began to sing. The beast has the finest house in the land. It's so tall and long and terribly grand. Even the queen with her palace so wide cannot compete with where the beast resides. Ebenezer was impressed. The tune was pleasing to hear, and the lyrics seemed to make the beast happy. The beast has a face so useful and round, with 3 eyes to make sure lost things are found, and 2 tongues for licking all it can find. The beast is quite clearly a one of a kind. Patrick stopped singing. He said he was sorry that it was such a short song, and that he would be able to sing something a little longer once he got to know the beast better. The beast smiled. The smile was wet with dribble. That was beautiful. Tell me, are there many little birdies like you? Oh, gosh, no! There are only 20 of us left in the whole world. Patrick's eyes filled with purple tears. How many beasts like you are there? I'm the only one, the last survivor. The beast smiled as it said this. It's good that you're rare. I like rare things. Come a little closer so that I can see you better, birdie. Ebenezer picked up the cage and brought Patrick closer to the beast's 3 black blinking eyes. Closer. Ebenezer dragged the cage so that it was 3 footsteps from the beast. Even closer. Ebenezer brought the cage so that it was right in front of the beast's large, dribbling mouth. The smell of boiled cabbage was now eye-wateringly strong. Can you see me now? Asked Patrick, a little nervously. Oh, I could see you fine the whole time, said the beast. It licked its dribbling mouth with its 2 black tongues. Then why did you need me to come closer? Asked Patrick. I am afraid to say that this was the last question that poor Patrick ever asked. As you've heard, the beast is pretty dreadful, and I'm sorry to say that there are monsters just like it all over the world. There are minotaurs lurking on the moon. There are invisible tarantulas hidden in every fancy tea shop. There is even a pillow demon in your room right now, watching your every move. No, don't look. Just pretend you don't know it's there. It'll be safer that way. Lots of people ask, where do these monsters come from? And the answer is, they come from minds. They come from the minds of authors, writers, painters, poets, and any child with a curious imagination. If you've been tuning in each week, you will have created your own character, illustrated them, imagined a whole new world for them to find. And now, I want you to create a monster for them to encounter. If you haven't done the previous tasks, don't worry. You can just do this one, and then that way, you've got a monster ready for your very next story. There are 4 vital ingredients that you'll need to create your monster. A pen, a piece of paper, an inquisitive mind, and a tortoise named Bernard. If you don't have a Bernard to hand, then don't worry, I suppose. We'll just have to make do. In order for you to create a monster, you need to ask yourself just one simple question. What does your monster want? You see, monsters and villains are at their very scariest when they want something. In The Beast and the Bethany, the beast, that terrible little monster, wants to eat the worst child in the world. In the Avengers superhero films, Thanos wants to destroy half the universe. Think about Cruella de Vil. She wants to make a coat out of the skin of 101 Dalmatians. Even the Grinch, he wants to stop people from celebrating Christmas. In order for you to find out what your monster wants, you are going to think of the thing you love doing most in the world. Then you are going to come up with a monster who loves ruining whatever you love doing. For instance, if your favorite thing is reading a book snuggled up in bed, then maybe your monster likes spoiling the fun by eating your books. If your favorite thing to do is to have a lovely swim or paddle on the beach, maybe your monster lives under the sand and tries to drown you whenever your parents aren't looking. If you're the sort of person who loves opening presents, then maybe your monster disguises itself in wrapping paper and yells in your face when you open it. Next, you need to think of what your monster looks like, and this should all relate back to what your monster wants. So think about it. What would a book-eating monster look like? Would it have jagged teeth and claws to tear the pages out faster? Would a sand-living creature slither and hiss? What about one of those birthday present destroyers? Perhaps they would have lots of arms. That way they could open all your presents before you have a chance to even get downstairs. Make sure, whoever your monster is, that you give them some really disgusting features. Try and think up as much as you can about your monster, what they look like, what they sound like, what they smell like, and maybe even where they live. Write down some words and sentences to describe them. You can let your grown-up try and help you if you like, but try and use your imagination for the ideas, and try to do as much of the writing yourself as you can. Once you're done, you could even create picture of your monster. And, of course, don't forget to give your monster a name. So you can pause this video now and speak with your grown-up to set how much time you want to give to this task. Grown-ups, remember, there are some helpful resources to tailor this task available at www.eastcliffcreatives.com/paper-beach. Don't forget to come back when you're done and I can find out how you've got on. Ah, there you are. How did you get on? I bet there are some magnificent monsters just waiting to find themselves in some delightfully dastardly stories. I hope you're ready to write some more, because I'm going to hand you back to Gareth in a moment to show you how to create and submit your entry for our Paper Beach art project. Before I do, I wanted to share my own submission. This is where reading takes me. I read to escape. Mainly, I read to escape other people. People are noisy, and the noises they make are rarely witty. People eat with their mouths open. People insist on telling you boring stories about their pet rabbits. They stamp on your sandcastles, they insult your sandwiches, and they make uncalled for complaints about your late night tap dancing sessions. Why spend time with people when you could share your company with a book instead? Books only speak when they have something dazzling to say. The good ones are never boring, and if you ever find them a little dull, you can simply close them and walk away, something which certainly cannot be said for people. Believe me, I've tried. Books are mischievous. Books are silly. Books are gossips with the most interesting and salacious of secrets. They don't just take you to 1,000 different worlds. They give you 1,000 different ways of looking at this world as well. They teach you. They terrify you. They tell you things that will quite literally change your life and your way of looking at it. I read books to escape, but I also read them so that when I return from their pages, I might be a kinder, nicer, and more interesting person. Perhaps one day, the books might even help me deal better with the other people as well. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this bit of beastliness. Remember to send your entries for our Paper Beach project, because I can't wait to read all your submissions. And now, back to Gareth.
I hope you had fun creating your own monstrous beasts. Right, are you still here? You're still here, are you? Now, it's time to see how we're doing with the newly revised total of getting to 1,500 entries. As you can see from our countdown to 1,500 entries, we're more than halfway there, but we still need your help sending in submissions and also help spreading the word and getting word out about this this competition. Our closing date is Sunday the 28th of February, so please send your submissions by then. Everything you need to know is available at the website. Now, there are only 2 weeks left, but that does still mean there's £1,000 worth of books to give away. So please don't leave it too late for a chance to win. The winning entry and the winning score from last week are being shown on the screen now. Congratulations and well done for winning your school that impressive prize. Please do keep sending in your entries and we'll see you next week for the final event. See you then.